Okay, we're back. I know it's been a while. Haven't had a chance to make an update on this thing for a bit, but we are doing our test run on the planter today, and I'm going to flip this around here in a second and show you kind of what we got going on. I had bead plates. I didn't have anything that I felt was the right size for beans, so I actually modified some old sorghum plates. But you can see there's a bean, there's a bean, there's a bean, there's a bean. So basically, to get this 100,000 population I'm after, I mean, you can plant beans all the way up to 140,000, but basically what you want is you want 3 to 4 plants per foot of row. And if I'm running 15-inch rows, 3-4 inches apart, that'll give me around 100,000 to 120,000 population plants per acre. So that's what we're gonna go with. You can kind of walk down this track. It's kind of hard to see with the sun and the shadows, and they're not going to be in a perfect row because I wasn't using the runner to set the beans actually in a furrow, so they just kind of drop and bounce around. But that's kind of the idea. That's what you want to look at. It's like right here's a good run. There's one, there's one, there's one. And the runner was kind of starting to dig just because the ground's uneven. So that gives you a pretty good idea what it's going to look like. And I'm not seeing a lot of broken beans, which is good. They all look like they're pretty intact. There's another little run kind of in the shade so you can see it better. But yeah, I think that's going to work. The old planter turned out pretty nice after a little once over. And when you do these population tests, you always want to run it in the same gear that you're going to plant in, so you replicate the same speed. So the slower I go, the slower it will drive all the units. The faster I go, the faster it will drive them. So the faster they go, the closer your seed. The slower they go, the further apart they are. So anyway, next time you see this thing, we'll be actually putting in some bean plots for deer hunting this year. So I'm going to get this thing back to the shed, put it up, probably put the mower on and do a little catching up with the place. But yeah, not a lot of work getting these old planters whipped back into shape, but I was fairly lucky. This thing didn't need anything major, just a good cleaning up. And I would say the packer wheel axles were probably the worst part of it, and they were just beat up from regular use, not getting greased, and some of the fab work on this thing was less than perfect. So now she should work out pretty well. Should do what I need it to do. So that's a wrap. Planter is ready to go. There'll be another little group of videos here coming shortly about a shop we're building. That's something that's been taking up a lot of my time. So yeah, once we get a little further along on that and you see the shell going together, I'll drop a few videos on the page. So anyway, bean planter, International Harvester 58 model. I was corrected when I was cleaning it up. It's not a 56, it's actually a 58, but pretty much the same. All the same mechanically. So anyway, if you got any questions, post a question. I'll do my best to answer it. And yeah, if you find one of these things reasonably priced and not too terrible condition, pick it up. It'll work well for you. See ya.